Facebook family, okay, I have another cool craft for you, or if you want to call it something else, activity. This is an activity for you. This is called fireworks in the jar, and I love this one so much. I've done it a number of times that I like to do it with my nieces and nephews, and we might do it again today just because I love this activity so much. So I'm gonna start off by telling you exactly what we need. We need this vegetable oil. Really, any oil you have will do. The oil you choose will depend on how quickly this food coloring will sink to the bottom, but you can basically use any oil. You'll need a pitcher, and you want it to be clear so you can see the droplets fall down and make your little fireworks. You need a measuring cup, and you need food coloring. Any colors will do. This is just what I had on hand. So I have some yellow here, I have some green, and I think this is like light green, like some lime green. My nieces will also argue me down that this is orange. It's yellow. Look at the top. Look at the top. And they'll have to wait until it fall down before they agree with me that it is in fact yellow. So the first thing you need to do your fireworks in the jar activity is you pour in your oil. I used a 1/4 cup just because you don't really need a lot. I'm not even sure you need 1/4 cup. You just need it to float up to the top, and of course that's what's gonna happen because oil and water doesn't mix. So I'm going to pour this in here, and the oil is going to come together, hopefully, sooner or later. Something's happening. Yeah. Okay, so we have oil at the top. You can use a little more depending on if you look these up, because you can look up anything online now, but they have a lot of different ways you can do it on Pinterest. And sometimes they say half a cup, sometimes they say a whole cup, but I believe that this 1/4 cup is enough oil. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my food coloring in here. Already see that means this is some really good oil because my food coloring is starting to fall to the bottom, making these tiny little explosions that look a lot like a firework. So hence the reason why it's called fireworks in a jar. But I'm going to keep putting this in there. Remember, drops is all it takes. You don't need to squeeze it a lot, just drops, and they'll start falling and exploding. We have a yellow one. You see, everybody? Not orange. Yellow. See if we can get some more to fall. They'll fall eventually because this food coloring is heavier than the oil, so it's going to eventually sink to the bottom. And of course, food coloring, it dissolves in water but does not dissolve in oil. Hence the reason why when it does fall in water, it'll start separating instead of being these little dots that you see up at the top.
Ooh, there goes a big one.
Yeah, there we go. I just had the normal, I used all my red, but I had like green, blue, yellow, and red, the little normal color you get in that little jar. You can get all these things from like the Dollar Tree. Most of you already have a pitcher at home and a little oil at home, and you can do this. And you can also talk about density and the science behind why these little droplets are falling from the oil.
Can they do it in like a regular drinking glass?
You can. You can do it in any kind of cup you want, and it doesn't even have to be a glass. It can be a plastic container. But again, if it's glass, it'll look clearer. So you want to kind of get that clear look. But if you can see through it, you'll be able to do the fireworks in the jar experiment. I mean, you can do it without being able to see through it, but it won't have the same effect if you're not seeing the droplets fall down. But anyway, they're continuously falling, but this is a simple fireworks in a jar experiment that you can do at home. So I'm going to continue to let those fall, but I'm going to let you go and try to find all of the supplies so you can do this neat fireworks in the jar experiment like we did at ASC. Bye!